everybody, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am going to be talking about my probably April and May goals, tending lists, things in my Cultivate What Matters power sheets. This is the cover if you've never seen this planner before. It is a goal planner for the entire year. They do also come in a 6-month undated version, and I will have the website link down below. And then we will look at June, getting ahead of myself. So essentially, I think my last video, because I skipped a month, I think I was doing this like you set up your goals at the beginning of the year, but then there's like the spring refresh, and then I think there's a fall refresh, something like that, summer and fall, for you to kind of revisit your goals and things. So I did all of this, and I think I need to zoom out a smidge more. There we go. So I picked Thrive as like my word of the year for 2020, but then I picked a word for the next 3 months, which was connect, because like right around in April and March when I was planning, like we were first starting to stay at home and things like that. So connect was my big one, like to make sure I was keeping in touch with people and everything. And then you kind of rank your different categories, right? Why you gave it the rating, what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to, for all of these different categories, or whichever ones you pick and choose, like you do you, or like I change categories. And then I wrote my goals for spring. So I have a self-love goal of finances, family and friends, which I just combine health and then work. So you can see like this one I call mental health, this one's recreation. Like those aren't represented here because I don't necessarily need a goal around them. My mental health has actually been really, really good staying at home because it's really low stress. Like my work was still stressful, but like all the other aspects of life that I find stressful and anxiety causing are not really part of my life right now. And then recreation, like I can't go do anything, so not a big deal. And then these are separate, but I just kind of combine friends and family. And then, yeah, I think all the other ones are represented. There is room for up to 8 goals. I just didn't do 8, which is fine. So that was spring. And then I think I set up April on camera. So you have your important to-dos, what you're excited for, what's on your mind, and what are you hopeful for the month. And then I have my April monthly, which I think I didn't really like continue filling out, but I did journals, so it was interesting. But yeah, so April I did as kind of pink. And then you have your goals to focus on, action ideas, and then your tending list, which is like the main function of this planner, in my opinion. Your encouraging words, top priority, your monthly, weekly, and daily action items. And I did fill in like some of this. So I don't know, like in Pilates here, I only wrote 2, but I colored in like most of it. So I don't know, I might just have to go back and look at like when I did classes. I don't know if I'll know that information. I can probably look at my planner for that and like reading, like I don't know if I kept up with that. I have no clue at all. Sending cards, I can't remember if I did. I think I did. I think I sent all of them, but like over here I only have my mom checked off, but I currently have mail from the other 3 people to like respond to, so I'm assuming I responded and these are the ones they sent back. So some other things probably need to get colored in here, but I wasn't actively in this planner at all. This is the April month in review. I didn't fill this out at all, and I might go back and do it just to kind of ponder about it, but I won't do that now. And then literally everything you see for May, I did today, which is May 31st. So it's not that I didn't have any goals in mind. I just didn't have anything written down. Like I didn't do my power sheets at all. It was a really big struggle to like be motivated to do anything. So this like preparing page, I didn't fill out at all. I decorated this today with the self-care washi tape from Coffee Monster's coat at the top because that's kind of what I was doing in May. So I kind of have some of my like work things, the fact that I got sick, and I haven't journaled yet, but I will, because again, I just set this up today. So yeah, I really love this washi at the bottom though. That is from Scotch, so you can get that at like Target. It's like a purple hollow. Okay, then again, I filled all of this out today just as like a trying to get back into it. So I wrote, not all storms come to disrupt your life, some come to clear the path. And then I wrote, my top priority was finishing work strong, which it really was. Like, again, I wrote that today. Work is already over. But that was my focus for May, was like, I got to get through this month. Like, we have to get through this last couple weeks of teaching online, get the seniors finished, get their grades done, get the other kids finished, get their grades done, like try to get as many kids passing and all of that. So it's just been a thing. So I colored in some that I knew and others I haven't. And again, I didn't do the like setup, but 8 Pilates classes. I don't know if I did Pilates at all in May. I don't think I did. I think I stopped in April, and we'll pick it up again in June. Calling grandma, I did not do. Interactions with family and friends, yes, like not in person, but constantly talking to them and things like that. Sending cards, again, I have mail from those people, so I think I need to send them, but I have it scheduled for tomorrow to work on. So I put this every month, and that will get checked off for next month. Hanging pictures. I just have some artwork like for moving in, which was like 7 months ago, that I don't know where I want them, and I haven't hung them yet. So I just really need to get on that. It'll take me like 10 minutes, but it just hasn't been a priority, which is fine. I'll probably do it this coming week, if I'm being honest. I think I've decided where I want one of the pieces. The other one, I'm still like, I don't know. Okay. Then, my baking challenge, I was doing these, like I wanted to do it quarterly. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do one when I'm home. Like, I'm going to go home in June. So I don't know, but I did make a lemon. Wait, what was it? It was a vanilla cake with lemon and vanilla icing and lemons on top. So it was a little bit different than the original recipe, just because during pandemic time, like, it was hard to find certain ingredients. So I changed it a little bit, but it was inspired by it, and I did make it, and it was delicious. So completed my baking challenge. And then reading 2 books. I think I've only read 1 book so far, but I'll have to like kind of go back and look at my stash, because I might have finished another book in May. I can't remember if it was May or April, but I think it was May. So I think I actually did finish this one. I just need to double check. I'm finishing Fahrenheit 451 right now, which I've read before. And then I also read The Wedding Bees, which was a cute, like, fluffy, sweet book. If you need a little like light fluff read, The Wedding Bees was so adorable. Okay, and then grading 2 times per week. I did that constantly, at minimum 2 times a week, because again, that's what I had to do. And then I don't know about budget cleaning routine. I didn't mark them off. Pilates and PR posts, again, I didn't keep track of anything, so I'm not sure about those. But like I said, I'll go back and I'll fill in what I can from this, and then I'll do my month in review. Again, haven't done this yet, but you have what you're grateful for, goals that are growing well, 2 people you're grateful for, grace over guilt. That'll probably be my power sheets. Progress you're celebrating, favorite memory, a lesson learned, what you're saying no to, and what you're saying yes to. And those parts I probably should have filled out before June, but June is a little different for me anyways, because I don't have work. So I'll fill this out later. I don't know what I'm going to put for most of these. I'll have to think about it. And then here starts June. So I have done some things, and some things I'll do on camera. So the prep work for June, again, your important to-dos, what you're excited for, what's on your mind, and what you're hopeful for. And I just put some stickers on here, but let's kind of maybe think about these things, and see if I can come up with anything else I maybe want to work on. So the first one, important to-dos, tasks or projects you want to get done this month. So again, I don't have work this month, so it's a little bit different, but I definitely want to be mindful of my budget. So that means keeping up with it and tracking and all of that kind of stuff. And then I also want to read 5 books. And my goal, like originally my reading goal, I was doing 2 times per week. But that was kind of, I don't know, just iffy. As far as when I would actually do it, and I didn't do it a lot. So then I changed it to 2 books per month, which is a little bit more of a concrete thing. Or if like, you're extra busy, you can choose shorter books or, whatever. Like it's just a little, like you get through them at your own pace because sometimes you read a ton, but maybe only once a week. So I just changed it to 2 books per month, but because I'm not working and I know I'm going home, like when I go to my parents' house, I read basically every day for hours. So 5 books should be no problem. I'm going to take way more than that home, but I did pull 5. And I'm going to do that again for July, and I'll be home June, July, so I'll take a minimum of 10 books home with me. And then I should have written down what it was called. I just read an article about this Japanese habit of, I guess, like self-improvement, where you do something for 1 minute a day. And like, it's stupidly easy to argue about yourself to not want to do something for 1 minute, but then in the like end, you're like, okay, it's really only 1 minute. Like you set a timer for 60 seconds, and you do it. So it might be tidying up. It might be, moving your body. It might be, I don't know, sending a text or reading for 1 minute. And you can certainly go beyond that. But the idea is that you do 1 minute every single day. And I want that to be my moving my body. So in addition to my Pilates classes, I want to move my body for 1 minute per day, which sounds so silly, but like it helps you develop the habit. So I'm going to write move my body 1 minute per day. And that means like, getting up and dancing or lifting weights, like not literally just like standing up and walking to my kitchen or something, but moving my body in like a physical exercise type way for a minute a day. And you can do it whenever. They said it's helpful to like set a pattern. So like somebody was doing tidying up, so they tidied up like 1 minute before bed every day, but I probably won't do workout in the evening. Maybe I can do it like 1 minute of exercise right when you wake up. Like you could do sit-ups for a minute. You could do, jogging in place. You could do jumping jacks. Like I said, you could do like lifting weights, like bicep curls or something. So that's going to be my new move my body for a minute a day. Just like this random, try to develop this habit a little bit more. And then I just had another one in my head. I want to get outside more, because I've been really cooped up and I don't know, my asthma has been really bad. So hopefully when I go home, this will be a little easier because my allergies are not the same here as they are back home in Wisconsin. But I'm going to get outside weekly. We are still in like where it's safer at home or whatever, but like I still try not to go places and things like that. So get outside weekly. And then when I'm at my parents' house, like I can just sit on the patio every day. So no big deal there. So I think those are some extra things that I'm going to put in my tending list, but it was good to kind of think through those here. And I want to know, what are your important to-dos for June? What are you like, this is what I want to work on? And you might have like house projects or things like that. Like, I don't know, I live in an apartment. I don't have that. I'm really excited to go home. And it's going to be a little different because I can't normally when I go back to Wisconsin, we travel all around the state to visit family and friends, and I don't normally have my car there. I always fly home and then my parents pick me up. So if I want to go do something extra, like I have to borrow their car, and I don't know, it's a whole thing. But this time I'm driving home because of COVID, and then I'll have my car, but I won't be able to go anywhere. So it's just going to be really interesting. Like I'll be able to see my immediate family, but not anybody else. So that'll be kind of weird. On my mind still COVID, and staying healthy, because I have asthma, which is a respiratory thing, and it's a respiratory disease. So just trying to stay healthy. And then the other thing is all of the issues that have been happening with our brothers and sisters and people of color that have not been treated equitably for centuries, and everything that's happening currently in the world. So I'm not sure how to put that in here. I think I'm going to put in here anti-racism, because that's the part I'm going to be focusing on. Like, I'm not worried about anti-racism, I'm worried about racism, but like my own education about anti-racism is stress. Like, this is a worry because of what's happening in the world right now. So this is going to be, when I talk about my books, this will come up again. So yeah, I'm hopeful that I don't know that I have anything in particular to write there right now. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it. We'll see. Okay, and then this is my spread for June. I used Simply Gilded Washi from the Masterpiece box, which I didn't realize that washi was sparkled. It is so pretty. And then this like teal with hollow foil. And then again, this is from the Masterpiece box. Just so pretty. So yeah, here's my June spread. So originally I thought I didn't have anything going on until I went home for the month, but now I have training for work for the whole first week, and then I'm not sure after that. So I now have training Monday through Thursday starting tomorrow. And then, like I said, I'm not sure the next 2 weeks if we have training or anything like that going on, but I do have that. And then I think I'll be leaving for Wisconsin here on the 22nd, and then I'll be home for a good long while. So that's my overview on the Make What Matters happen this month. So again, sending cards, I have my typical people, and then my additional people here would be people that I need to send birthday cards to. I don't think I know anybody that has a June birthday, so I don't have to do that. And then I left some blank spot here because I typically have more, but I'm just sort of like, I don't know what to write there. And then I have finances, so I have my weekly check-ins, my emergency fund, and my sinking funds. And recently in a haul, I'll try to link that haul up here, but I showed you guys my little sinking funds and emergency fund envelopes, so money can go in these things, and I have a couple different styles, gifts, date nights, things like that. So these are going to be cash envelopes, but more for sinking funds rather than having a cash only budget where I'm spending from these. These are going to be things that are a little bit bigger items that you're saving up for, or like have payments later, that my cash will go in this little setup here, which is really nice. So that's that. And then reading 5 books. So I pulled out a little checklist sticker, and I put the titles of the books, little reading sticker, Cultivate What Matters, and Grow here. So we're doing like this kind of blue and green theme. And then I'll talk about my books in a minute. And then my tending list. So again, we're in this whole like COVID situation. I live alone. So I've been alone for 2.5 months, basically. So I wrote, there are people in this world you haven't even met yet who are going to love you so much. So please just hold on, because the people who are right for you will find you. So just a reminder to myself that like, cause like I can't date right now. Like that's really hard. Like I had a phone date, like a phone call, cause we can't meet. Like it's just hard. And then my top priority is my budget. My monthly action items, and the color dots here match that original goal page that I showed you. So 8 Pilates classes is a health goal, calling grandma, 4 interactions with family and friends, and sending cards, that's a family friends goal. This periwinkle color is personal, so hanging those pictures. Possibly doing another baking challenge, reading 5 books, and then down here, I have a financial goal for budget check-in 1 time per week. Cleaning routine weekly is personal. Hot pink is mental health, which I didn't write a specific goal around because, like I said, I'm doing really well right now. But getting outside would be, I guess it could have been like a green health goal, but really it's for my mental state more than anything. So that's hot pink. And then Pilates 8 times. It's easier for me to track it here than to track it up here. But I will color this in depending on how many times I do it throughout the month. And I'm not going to Pilates. Our studio is open, but I put my plan on hold because I cough and I can't go with a cough. And then if I go home anyways, like the classes would get wasted. So I can still do the online ones, which is really nice. And then after this is just the month in review. So we're going to stop there for a sec. And I'll talk about my books. So like I said, I pulled out 5 books. And like I said, I'll probably be bringing home 10, 5 for June, 5 for July, because I'll be home for a couple weeks. But I also want to add to this stack books about anti-racism. And when I go to my parents' house, like I can check books out of the library because I don't necessarily own those books. So I will probably be either swapping some of these out or adding to them with some literature on anti-racism that I can get from the library at my parents' town. Because I think you can pick up books, either that or I might try to do like online with the library system I had living at my old place. I realized thinking about this, I don't actually have like a library card for the library in my current town because when I moved here, I was really sick. So I don't know. So that is not like specific in my planner, but it's something that I want to add with part of my reading goal. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. Okay, so the 5 books I currently have pulled out from my bookshelf. This first one is called The German Girl, and I think I hauled this around Christmas time. You can just pause and read if you want, because I got this at a used bookstore when I was on a trip over Thanksgiving break. So that is The German Girl. And then I've had this book for a really long time, and I don't know why I've never read it, but it's called The Nature of Monsters by Claire Clark. And here is the back of it if you want to read that. I think all of these are just fiction books. Yeah, the first one was fiction. This one's fiction. This one I got at a place called Half Price Books, which is in kind of near where I grew up. One of my friends and I would often go there, like when I would come into town to visit. So this is called The Land of Women by Regina Mcbride. And again, this is fiction. So here is the description here. Again, you can pause if you want to read that whole description of it. Next, we have The Lighthouse Stevensons, which this one actually I don't think is fiction. I think it's nonfiction. But I also picked up this one at the trip in November that I went on. Yeah, this is considered a history book. So there's this. This will probably be the first one I read, to be honest. So again, you can pause if you want. And then again, another fiction book. And I accidentally bought the large print version, so this book is gigantic, but it's called The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. And I bought this after reading The Night Circus, which I enjoyed quite a lot. So I'll have to kind of put this one down because it's big. But there's the description here. Writing is very beautiful, but The Night Circus, the whole ending felt very rushed and kind of not settled. So I hope this one's a little better because it's it's a later book. So hopefully she's kind of worked some of those things out. But I'm excited to read it because it sounds interesting. So like I said, those are the 5 books that I've pulled off my bookshelf to read. Those are the 5 that are written here. And like I said, I will take more books home for July, but I won't talk about those until my July tending list because I haven't pulled them yet. But yeah, and then the last thing I want to do is pull some of these things over to here. So moving my body for a minute a day, I'm going to put here on a daily action item. So move body 1 minute, and I don't have to write per day because it's on the daily, and then that'll get a green dot also. Get outside weekly. So that can go, oh, I did put get outside here. Just kidding. And then I already have reading 5 books and mindful of my budget on there. So I guess I just had to add that one. And again, I will put on the screen that process was called, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it was an article I was reading about this Japanese practice of something. I think it started with a K. Anyways, that is my June tending list, where I ended up with April and May, and all of the craziness and lack of motivation and trying to get work done and all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully June will be a little better. There's probably other stuff that I need to be working on. These kind of consistent habits that I'm trying to do, like none of them are truly habits yet where like I don't have to think about it and they're just working for me. So that's why they're all still on the list, and need to happen. So yeah, again, tell me, I want to know, what is your important to-dos for June? What do you need to get done? Let's try to hold each other accountable. And yeah, I hope you guys are well. This again will be linked down below. This company, they make beautiful products, these stickers, they have cards, all sorts of stuff, but these are the power sheets for 2020, and I highly recommend. They have helped during quarantine time, even though like I haven't been as good about them. They still like have been in my mind as to like what am I trying to accomplish. So they don't necessarily make you do it, but they at least make you mindful of them. So there's that. Okay. Also let me know what you're reading or if you've read any of the books that I showed you guys. So there is that. And I think I will leave you there. If you have any questions, please leave it down below. Otherwise, leave a comment about your important to-dos for June. Hit the subscribe button on your way out and have a great week. Talk to you in the next video, guys. Bye.